right. We got a special guest today on Loyal Media Podcast. He's a former 12-year NFL pro running back and now a gifted actor. Please welcome Thomas Jones to the show. How are you, Thomas?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. Thank you for taking the time. So before we get into this, how are you and your family doing so far during the pandemic?
Fortunately, everybody's doing all right. My family is good. My parents are doing well. My brothers, my sisters, everyone's doing pretty well. Obviously, it's pretty crazy what's going on right now, but, we're managing to kind of stay out of the way. So hopefully that'll continue. How are you guys' families doing? Good?
Yeah, we're doing great. We're all healthy.
Yep.
So how do you expect this NFL season to be without fans in attendance?
Man, that's crazy. I don't know. I would have never expected to have an NFL season or any season without fans. I mean, that's a lot of the motivation for guys to go out there is the fans. The fans support the game, the fans support the teams. They want to see a show, they want to be entertained. So it gives you extra motivation to go out there and do your thing. So I don't know. It's hard. I'm seeing some of the details come out as far as the NFL season, and no preseason games, and then obviously potentially no fans in the stands. It seems like it would be just like practice, which a lot of times isn't that fun. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll figure it out.
Well, you were with the Jets for 3 seasons, and you somehow got better every season. In 2017, you had 1,119 rushing yards. And then in 2008, you had 1,312 yards. And then in 2009, you had your best year in rushing in your career with 1,402 yards. So what was the key of your success in those years?
I think a lot of the key was me continuing to take care of my body because I was getting older at that point. But I was still taking care of my body and training and staying in the cold tub and in the weight room and getting treatment. So I was as fresh as I could be every week for the games, and also film study, because I studied so much film that I understood pretty much what the defense was going to do, their intentions, their defensive schemes, their blitz packages, their coverages. A lot of the specific things that I studied prepared me for what they were going to do. So instead of me having to figure out what was going to happen, I just had to react. And also, obviously I had an incredible team, great defense that could get me the ball back. My line was incredible. My brothers, all the linemen up front. We were just like a really close, tight-knit family. The running backs group, we supported each other. And then my fullback, Tony Richardson, me and him were like inseparable. So when you have that combination of guys, and then, Rex Ryan, who stuck with the running game, and even Eric Mangini, in 2008, they believed in me. It was a perfect combination. So a lot of those reasons are the reason why I was able to be successful and get better each year. But, like I said, mainly, man, just be taking care of my body, being able to maintain through 16 games and take all the hits.
You kind of answered this a little bit more, but in the 29 season, the Jets went very deep in the playoffs. We haven't seen that kind of fire in the Jets in a long, long time. What was special about that Jets team?
I think we were just we're a very close team. I think they brought in, all the right players. I think the team had been assembled with Eric Mangini. And then I think Rex came in and brought some of his guys that matched the same mentality we had. And Rex's energy, being a player's coach, we all loved Rex and wanted to play for him. And we just never gave up, and we believed in ourselves. We were just a greedy team, man. And we were just a very aggressive, hardcore team, and we played all the way to the end. And anytime you play all the way to the end of the game, you give yourself a chance to win, and that's how we were able to, end up in the playoffs. At the end of the season, squeaking in, and then going on a 2-game win streak and getting to the AFC Championship game.
So what was your favorite moment as a New York Jet? If you could think of one.
Oh man. Uh, my favorite moment as a New York Jet was 2008, playing at Foxborough and winning in overtime. Um, that was my favorite moment.
I remember that.
Uh, yeah, I just remember that game was such a hard-fought game, and it's so hard to win in Foxborough. And we were able to win in overtime. And I just remember after the game, uh, going into my locker and just, out of nowhere, I just started crying. It was crazy. You just got overwhelmed emotionally because I just, left everything out there on the field, like everything. The game was up and down, and it was a pivotal game in the season. And, I had nothing left, from just all the effort and then the emotions of, are we going to win? Oh, we got to lose. Oh my God, make the field goal. Don't miss the field. It was just so much up and down. And I remember that I'm in Jericho Cottrey. I was just looking at me. And it was just a great moment. Definitely that moment. Obviously, there were some great moments with the Jets, some of the best moments of my career. But that one really sticks out.
Wow, you really painted that picture for me pretty well. That sounded like a really good moment. So going into the current Jets roster in 2020, what are your thoughts on current running back Le'Veon Bell?
I think Le'Veon Bell's a beast, man. I think he's a great player. I think he's got obviously potential to be one of the best Jet running backs in history. He did really, really well at Pittsburgh. The last year was kind of a rebuilding year for the Jets. But I think he's a mentally tough kid. He's got all the physical tools, and he seems to be a leader. So I think he can be a great back in New York.
And how much of an impact do you think future Hall of Fame running back Frank Gore is going to bring to this Jets team, the locker room?
I think he's going to bring a lot of leadership, obviously experience, mental toughness. I think that, Frank has rushed for over 15,000 yards. It's not just about the yards, man. It says a lot about who he is as a person, first and foremost, and then as a football player. So that leadership is just going to be a natural, fit in the running backs room. And also, I think, he'll be able to, push the other backs. They'll be able to compete with each other and then make each other better, which is usually what happens. So I think it's a great move. I wish them both the best.
All right, so let's go a little bit into your life after football. We all know that you became an actor, and you are premiering in episode 2 of P-Valley on Stars. So you've done a lot of great roles, you can say that, such as playing the Marvel original show Luke Cage. How's that experience been?
It's been great. It was unexpected. I didn't think I was going to ever be an actor. When I retired, it just kind of happened. I fell into it. I started working on this project out of sheer boredom and producing it. And I ended up taking a small role in it. And one of the publicists for the show encouraged me, and one of the actors encouraged me to pursue it. They said, they felt like I had some natural ability. So I was like, you know what, why not? I don't have anything to do. So, right now, I may as well try it. And so I did, and I ended up getting an agent and getting booked for a couple projects. And then, it just kind of evolved into me saying, hey, you know what, let me pursue this full time. So I moved to Los Angeles in 2014 and haven't looked back. Got in 2 or 3 actor studios. I was in acting classes for like 3 or 4 years. And then I started producing my own projects, creating my own production company. And now I have a show that just got picked up by a network. I'll be able to announce it soon. I had a feature film that came out called A Violent Man. It's on Amazon, YouTube, and iTunes, starring me and Chuck Liddell. So MMA fighting movies, pretty cool movie. Me and Chuck Liddell get to fight in the octagon. So it's pretty cool movie. And then P-Valley, which is on Stars now. It's the latest show. That and I was on the show, the All American, a football show. This show Bosch, it's a crime procedural show on Amazon. And I have a couple other projects, a couple feature film scripts and TV shows. So I'm in it heavy now. So it's been great.
Yeah, I could see that. It's amazing that you're doing so many things. So how would you say the transition was like going from being a professional athlete and now becoming an actor, a film producer, and all the stuff you just mentioned?
I mean, it's been fun, man. You know, the one thing about football is that you don't have many opportunities to meet new people because, you know, our time is just taken up so much with just football and being around, you know, your teammates and trainers and coaches, and we're around each other every day. We're like a big family, which is great, you know. But on the flip side, you don't get to meet that many people outside of that world. You know what I'm saying? And being an actor has allowed me, and producers allowed me to meet so many incredible people because it's such a random business and unpredictable business. You never know who you're going to meet. You know, I have a film that'll be out in August called Diary, Diery. And there were so many interesting actors that I met on this film. We shot it in LA, but you know, that's an example. I mean, I'm playing a college professor um, in this film, and I would have never thought that I would play a college professor. You know, I consider myself an intellectual guy, but you know, at the same time, I would have never thought that I would be playing a college professor in
Yeah.
a movie. You know what I'm saying? And I just saw the movie the other day, and it was like, wow, like it was just really weird to see. But it's really cool because, you know, I'm seeing myself as a lot of other things outside of being, you know, Thomas Jones, a football player, which is why I added my middle initial to my actor's name, Thomas Q. Jones, to separate the two people. But it's been great, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Well,
That's awesome.
thank you for coming on our show. Really appreciate you. I know you have a busy schedule, so I really appreciate you coming on the show. Be sure to check out Thomas's character Maine in episode 2 of P Valley on Stars. And once again, man, thank you for coming on the show and stay safe.
Yeah, thank you so much, Thomas. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You guys stay safe too. Keep doing your thing on your page, man. A lot of us former players follow your page, man. I'm proud of you guys for taking the bull by the horns, man. You guys got a bright future at this, man. I can see you guys on TV already.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
All right, you guys stay
Have a nice
safe,
day.
man.
You too. Take care.
All right.